live. And it's pouring down with rain out there, about 5.5 degrees Celsius, and pouring down with rain. Like my hat, Hawaii. Hey guys, if you're in there, pop in and say hi. Don't be shy. We'll live stream for, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes. We'll see how it goes. We'll just see how many people actually come in here to this live stream, okay? If you don't want to come in, don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world at all. Anyway, we are live streaming from the Pacific coast of Canada, Southern Gulf Islands. The current time here is 6:35, I think, something like that, 6:35 p.m. Pacific time. Wet evening here on the Southern Gulf Islands. Anyway, I'll just sit here and drink my tea until somebody comes in and says hi. I don't see anybody yet, but you never know. And I'm patient. When you're retired, you become more patient. You have to become more patient when you're retired. Well, there's one person in there. Anyway, I did receive some palm seedlings today from Oregon, Caleb, one of the viewers. And thanks, Caleb. I know you're not in there right now, but I'm going to thank you right now on Gulf Island Rock. I did shoot a video and I put it on Banana JSSI and Jungle Joe C. So we've got two different videos of the palm seedlings we received from you. And when I first opened the palm seedlings, they were still in the package, kind of wrapped up, and I thought it was just Trachycarpus fortunei, but to my surprise, when I was potting them up, hello, Cat 31. To my surprise, 6:41 p.m. Oh, it's 6:41. It actually has the time beside that when you posted there. So anyway, yeah, I got some palm seedlings from Redmond, Oregon today. Some of them were Washingtonia, I believe they're Robusta, and the other ones were Trachycarpus fortunei. So I went out to the nursery and I potted them up. And right now, like I say, it is pouring down with rain here. And apparently there's a weather warning for parts of the coast. And there's supposed to be up to 4 inches of precipitation. That's a lot of rain, and I feel for those people out in the Fraser Valley that were flooded out a couple of weeks ago, and now they're going to be flooded out again. 70 degrees, that is toasty. Yeah, not here, man. It's about 41 degrees here right now. About 41 degrees, but it is evening. You got to remember, it is evening here. Let me put that book there. There, that's a little bit better. It's about 41 degrees, and like I say, pouring down with rain, Pineapple Express, or whatever, atmospheric river, whatever you want to call it. So no 70-degree weather here until spring. We're done with any 70-degree weather this far north. We are very far north, right? So you're not going to have that here at this time of the year. That's only a southern thing where you're going to get 70-degree weather in the wintertime. By the way, the first day of winter is December 21st. I'm going to enjoy it, because the shortest day, what comes after the shortest day, or the days start to get a little bit longer. And I like longer days with lighter evenings, right? So it's nice not having to work, because, you know, when I get home from work at this time of the year, it's already starting to get dark. And that really does suck. So having all this extra time, it just makes it easier to do things around the garden. And yesterday I got a lot done out there. Tomorrow, if it's not raining, I'll get some stuff done. It was interesting today. Some people phoned, and they were actually out in the yard by the gallery, and the gallery actually says closed. Wendy's Art Gallery says closed, and they came in, and they were a tourist from, I guess, Vancouver, and they ended up buying a quite a nice painting from Wendy from the art gallery, which was good. So if they didn't come by, she wouldn't have made any money, but today she actually did very well, selling a very nice painting to some tourists. So, you know, the thing is, maybe we're just going to keep the gallery open. Yeah, the more daylight, the better. I like daylight at this time of the year. It's, man, it's coming down in buckets out there, the rain. It really is just pouring down with rain. Wow. That's okay. Keeps the garden green. And I am looking forward to spring. You know, it's not even winter yet, so we really don't know what old man winter is going to do to us in the Northern Hemisphere this year. I mean, I'm banking on a near normal winter, but you know what? Every so often, Alaska opens her doors up and lets a little bit of her cold air out. And if the jet stream pulls it down here, then we're going to get some cold too. So it can happen. I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll be a record-breaking cold winter, but at this time, I'm not really seeing it. Got to keep my eyes open up in the Gulf of Alaska. When you get extreme record-breaking low temperatures up there, then I start to worry here. And the last time that happened was about 13 years ago. December 2008, it was nasty. She opened her doors up, and we had cold air down here for about anywhere between 5 and 6 days, and it was nasty, and lots of snow too. We had a lot of snow that winter, December 2008, lots of snow, cold and snowy, and it did weed out a few wimpy plants too. That's what happens when you get really cold weather. It does put the real marginal plants to the test. And like I say, we give every plant 3 tries in our garden. Okay, so if we think the plant's going to work, we'll try it out. And if it doesn't work, we'll try it again. And then we give it one more time. And if it, third strike, you're out. It's been very mild, so I hope. Yeah, no nor'easters. Yeah, we don't get those here, thank God. We do not get any of those here. We don't get any cold wind. That's one good thing about living on the Southern Gulf Islands. But we can get snow. For some weird reason, we're kind of, sometimes Vancouver gets a lot less snow than us. And I think what it is, because we're on an island, the air in the wintertime, it just picks up way more Pacific moisture, the cold air that comes down from Alaska, and it can dump more in the way of snow on us. So it's going to get colder on the mainland than here, but we can get more snow than them. So they may be a few degrees colder than us, but we'll certainly get more snow depth than, say, Vancouver, Tsawwassen, and some of the coastal communities. Often that's the way it is here. And that kind of sucks. You look over there, it's like, oh, they hardly got anything. And here we got majorly dumped on, So, but you know what? I'm not going to shovel any snow. We're just going to let it melt by itself. I'm not going to shake any plants off. We'll just let them melt. Sometimes it's better to let it melt off the plants too, because when you start shaking plants off, it ends up breaking them. And that's the problem with the wet snow here. It can be kind of destructive. The last snowfall we had was, I think it was Monday. And so we're Friday now, right? And woke up in the morning and there was actually snow on the ground, a very little bit. So most areas in our garden were fine, but the other areas were more exposed. There was about an inch, just about an inch of snow. But by the afternoon, it was all gone because it rained out. It rained out all day. And so while we were sleeping in the morning, it was snowing because of freezing. It is dying. What's that? Haven't gotten any real measurable snow. Oh, really? Wow. Where do you live, Kat? You must be in some sort of 2018, so that's 3 years. So you're down in the southeast somewhere if you haven't had any measurable snow. Because I know every place in Canada has definitely had snow. There's other places here that really don't get much snow, like here in the Gulf Islands. Usually our winters are just rainy with occasional snowfall, and especially over on the far west coast. Tofino, Ucluelet, Port Renfrew, Cape Scott, Souk, Jordan River, all those places. It just rains a lot in the wintertime. Lots of rain. I mean, that's like what we get here too. 2 seasons, wet and dry. So there you go. Anyway, we see 2 watchers in there. Don't be shy. Come on and say hi to Gulf IslandRock, and put your 2 bits worth in. South part of Delaware, right? I think. Oh yeah, Delaware's a nice place. Rehoboth, is that Rehoboth? Rehoboth, Delaware. There's some palm trees growing in there. I've seen Sable minor palms growing there, needle palms, and you know what? I think there might even be a Trachycarpus palm or 2 growing in Delaware, right? So I think that's zone 7. I'm pretty sure that area is zone 7 where you're at. 7A, maybe 7B, which is kind of cool. I mean, because Delaware does have a coastline, right? Right by the Atlantic Ocean. So I don't think your winters get that cold. So that's a good place to be. So Sable minor, needle palm, and maybe some Trachycarpus fortunei palms here and there, scattered throughout coastal Delaware. I've seen pictures posted of them in the palm sites of Delaware, and there's definitely palm trees there for sure. That's a good thing. We know Delaware is a good place. And a very old state too. Lots of history in Delaware, right? Lots of history there for sure. So I'm loving the sound of the rain though. Here I can hear the rain pounding on the roof. It's quite nice. Anyway, I don't know what the current temperature is there right now, but like I say, it's around 41 degrees here. 10 maybe more track is Sable. Wow, so there's actually Sable palmettos too. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, I didn't think Sable palmetto would actually survive there long term. But I know there's definitely, I think I've seen trachy there before, close to buildings, and definitely Sable minor and needle palms. which are the two hardiest. There's some Sable palmetto here in the Pacific Northwest, but they're definitely slower growing this far north, right? It's they like the heat and humidity. That's what you guys get, and we don't get the high heat with humidity here in the summertime. We get the warmth and the dryness. It's dry. Our summers are very dry with low humidity. It's as close as you're going to get to a Mediterranean climate in Canada is here on the southern Gulf Islands. That's what it is. They class it as Mediterranean. What's hilarious to me is that all the big... That's cool. See, I've seen them plant them on the beach. It's like, and they're expensive. Annuals, Cocos nucifera. There's two growing out in front of the a shop in town here, and I've got videos of them on my channel. This is Wendy's channel. If you go to my channel, Banana JSSI, you will see them. Yeah, it is kind of neat. Well, there's two majesty palms growing in front of one of the sandwich shops in town, and they're still going. Ravinia rivulera, still going, and yeah, it's amazing. Hi, Joe. Rain is okay with me. You're British, yeah, right on. Yeah, you know what, James? I'd rather have I'd rather have rain over snow any day. Yeah, they're still going, Cat. I don't know how long they're going to go for. I'm scratching my back. So you know what? I was surprised to actually see them going this long. So I'm not seeing any frost in the forecast. So wouldn't it be cool if those majesty palms made it till Christmas and the coconut palms in Delaware made it to Christmas? You never know, right? I mean, I don't have luck growing majesty palms inside the house. They always end up getting spider mites, and yet they keep on selling these things at Home Depot and Walmart and maybe Kmart. Pindos, I know of 6 years well. Oh, they grow there too. Pindo's cool. Yeah, there's some pindos here. I mean, we have a smaller one, but there's some nice ones here on Salt Spring Island. And long-term palms. They're pretty beautiful palms. Not my favorite because I know they are prone to center spear loss in a bad winter, but nevertheless, nice palms. Yeah, spider mites are a pain on majesty palms. And I've tried many of them over the years, and I've totally given up. But yet this guy's got these two in front of Buzzy's Montreal smoked meats in town, and they're still going. I mean, they're still alive. You know, they look like they need some fertilizer, but they're definitely alive. And you can see my video because I'll go do a close-up right of the center spears and everything. They're happening, which is pretty cool. You got to love it. So majesty palms at 48 degrees north latitude here on the west coast of Canada in December. You know, and we haven't had any frost here. Like I say, we've had zero frost. And our butylon, one of our butylons still has lots of flowers on it, tons of flower buds. Now, if it gets too cold, that one may pack it in because it's a pretty tender one. I do have a magic actually. Oh, cool. So you guys probably haven't had frost yet. I'm guessing probably no frost. You know, I know places in the northern states have got snow. I think Long Island got some snow. I think there's snow in Michigan. I think there's snow maybe in Ohio. But those New England states probably not, haven't seen. Yeah, they are cheap. Majesty palms are cheap. You can buy them at Walmart, next to nothing. And you know, they are beautiful palms. And the guy down the road from me has one out too. Banana Hal has one outside in a pot. But people don't realize how tricky they are to grow. It's kind of like growing a coconut palm inside. What was your least frosty year? Oh God, you know, when I got rid of all my weather journals, it was quite a few years back where the bananas stayed green right through till spring. It might have been about 10 years ago. I'm thinking it was 2011, maybe the year 2011, where the banana leaves stayed green right through till spring. You know, we had a couple of tiny little light frosts, but it wasn't enough to even damage the banana leaves. It was crazy. And so that was, yeah, at least a decade ago. And it's been like that before, too. That wasn't the only winter like that. We've had them before that as well. So it can happen. Maybe this will be another one. I sure hope it is. I mean, I prefer a mild winter over a cold winter any day. Wouldn't you? It's better for exotic plant growers to experience a mild winter. A bad winter is not good. But, you know, yeah, that weather's good. Bananas are fried for most. Yeah, they're not fried here. Bananas are still good, but they broke and bent up in the snow. We had an inch of snow last Monday, and that's just enough, that wet, heavy snow to bend things out of shape. So the banana leaves are still green, but the bananas are kind of bent and broken. Unfortunately, that kind of sucks. But that's the way it is. You know what? Banana leaves are easily replaced in the spring when they start to regrow again. And they're hardy. You're not going to kill musabaju here. That's for sure. Musabaju are tough. I'm trying to flip this down a little bit here so you can There. That's a little bit better. I'm on Wendy's iPad right now. Like I say, this is Wendy's channel, okay, not my channel. So anyway, I was saying Wendy sold a nice piece of art today. Wendy's an artist. Some people stopped by the gallery this morning, and her gallery says closed, but they came in anyway. And I says, you better open it up. So she opened it up for them. And he says, you never know. They might buy a painting. And she sold a really nice painting to them. Yeah, we have sagos. We have quite a few sagos. Yep, they're fine. They're outside. They're doing okay. They burnt up a little bit in the heat in June. It got to 109 degrees Fahrenheit here, so they did not like it in those pots. They heated up pretty good. But yes, we have a few sagos in the ground, and then we have some in pots too. We have 1, 2, 3, maybe 6 in pots, something like that. And they're outside year round. We got some in the front by the front B&B, and then we have the other ones I just put in the tiki hut for winter, right? Just to be safe. They were out on the back sun deck. But I do like to keep some in front of the B&B because when B&B guests check in, it does look nice to have something on either side of the door. So we have a kumquat out there with kumquats on it right now. And then we got 3 sagos by the front accommodation. By the back accommodation, like that's quite a ways away from the front accommodation. It's about 200 feet away from the other accommodation. And it's got like palm trees around it and everything. It's beautiful. So there's camarops and there's trachycarpus and there's a huge Yucca gloriosa growing in front with about, it's probably 6 feet of trunk on it, something like that. So yeah, we like to have palms around the accommodation because it makes it look nicer, more attractive when people check in. Oh yeah, we got a big loquat tree in our garden, and I planted it, God, nearly 30 years ago. It's big, and I was happy that the snow didn't break it on Monday. Yeah, I'm totally into evergreen plants, Kat. I don't really like deciduous trees. I don't like conifers. I'm okay with, but I don't want too many of them because we have a lot of them native ones on our island. So in our own on our own property we have some native pine that I planted. We have Austrian pine. We have 2 coast redwoods, and we have these the big tree sequoia, giant sequoia. We have one of those too, and we have Ericaria. We have lots of monkey puzzle trees, right? So, but I prefer broadleaf evergreens like southern magnolia. Laurel, cherry laurel is really nice because it has leaf like southern magnolia. Excuse me. What else do we have? Guava, loquat, Guatemalan cherry, lots of palm trees, bamboo, abutilon, Fatsia japonica. We have Scheffleras. We have a lot of different mixed broad and lots of bay trees. We've got a lot of bay leaf trees here too. I love bay leaf trees because they're so useful. We use stream. Oh, my stream keeps dying. Maybe I'm only going to make it to 20 minutes and then it's going to die off of me. It's like bad internet connection. Sorry about that, guys. I'll try to make it to 20 minutes and then maybe I'll pull the plug on this thing because the stream does not want to cooperate with me tonight. Anyway, I'm doing this live stream for Wendy. Check out some of the videos here on Gulf Island Rock. I also have Jungle Joe C, and then Banana JSSI is my main channel. And then I have an old channel from many, many years ago that I don't upload on anymore. Chilean lantern plant is good. Chile. Oh, I know those ones. Yeah, those are nice. And I think pretty hardy too. Isn't that Physalis? Is that what it is, Physalis? Yeah, crepe myrtles are good. And also the hardy citrus and figs. No, figs are good. Fig is deciduous. Stewardia, pseudocamellia. Flying dragon citrus is good. Poinsettias trifoliate. That's a hardy citrus they use for grafting stock. We have that. We have a couple of hardy citrus out. We have a lot of hardy citrus, but we have a few of them in the garden. What other one is nice? Oh, pawpaw. Pawpaw is a nice one too. So try pawpaw in your garden. A little bit tired. Got up early. Got up early to put some videos on YouTube, and then I went back to bed. I was up for an hour, and then I went back to bed. The funny thing is when you're retired, there's no scheduling. You can just get up. If I feel like getting up at 4 a.m. and putting a video on, I can, and then I can go back to bed and go to sleep, which is absolutely awesome. Before I had a schedule and I had to get up early every morning and go to work 5 days a week, but now I don't have to do that. So tomorrow we have to go out for dinner, and then for Sunday night we got a dinner party. So we've been invited to 2 dinner parties, and then somebody else invited us to a dinner party, but we can't go because we're going to We're going to 2 dinner parties this weekend, so it'll be fun. It'll be absolutely awesome. And today, Wendy and I went to the coffee shop and relaxed. And Wendy actually uploaded a video there, a long video I shot of this with this in the garden because the internet in town is so much faster. So she uploaded a video to this YouTube channel. Check it out. check out Wendy's videos. She's got a lot of pretty cool videos on here. Travel, palmy things, exotic gardening, food, and scenery of the Southern Gulf Islands. Good problem to have. Yeah, being retired is a good problem. You know, I worked hard for over 40 years, and I'm done. I'm done, so I'm kicking back now and enjoying it at 57 years old. It's a good thing. It's a good feeling, you know, especially when it's pouring rain in the morning and I don't have to get up and work in it, because I've worked in a lot of rainy, cold, ucky days in the winter months, and now I don't have to do it. I can stay nice and cozy in my bed, and I'm quite happy about that. So anyway, guys, let's see if I can go for some live streaming from Port Renfrew. I love Port, and if I didn't live here, I could live there. If I could live in Costa Rica, I'd live in Costa Rica, but I don't think I'm going to ever make it there with all the silly mandates here in Canada at the moment. Maybe they'll change. Who knows? But anyway, Wendy wants to stay put here for now, and we'll just see how everything pans out, right? It is a crazy time we're living in right now, that's for sure. And gardening makes things so much better. When you get up in the morning and you look out into your exotic garden, or you walk around your exotic garden, it's like everything has disappeared, and you know, things are so much better, right? When you're looking at those palm trees and those tropical-like plants, it's just a happy feeling. That's what I find. And I know Wendy loves to walk around the garden in the morning. She gets her cup of coffee and walks around the exotic garden and just admires. We have a lot of plants. We have a very big exotic garden. It's like, I'm not talking a tiny garden, it's a big garden. So if you're ever here on Salt Spring Island, look us up and we can give you a garden tour. And you will see what we grow here on the Southern Gulf Islands. So anyway, we're coming up to 23 minutes. 23 minutes. Maybe I'll go for 2 more minutes, less than 2 minutes, and then I'm going to pull the plug on this and head downstairs and sit in the living room. So we got the fireplace. Yeah, good gardening is very good for you, and it's very healthy. And you know what? You're in tune with nature. That's the thing with gardening. You are in tune with nature, right? And you listen to the birds out there and the bees, and maybe there's little critters too that run around in the garden. We've got lizards, and there's newts, and there's lots of tree frogs, and there's garter snakes, and just lots of good things out there to be in tune with. So garden is our happy place, and we try not to go to town too much, but at least the town here on Salt Spring, we have a village. We actually don't even have a town. We have a village on Salt Spring Island. It's unincorporated. It's very small. And you'd probably like it. You'd like the village here on Salt Spring Island. It's called the Village of Ganges, named after the HMS Ganges, a British naval ship that surveyed the islands many, many moons ago. So it's named after a British naval ship, the HMS Ganges, because there's a lot of Brits here back in the day, right? And the early Brits, back in the early days that came to Salt Spring Island, would compare this to the Isle of Wight, and they would send papers back to England, like travel stuff, and want to populate Salt Spring Island. So to entice people, they'd say, yeah, it's kind of like the Isle of Wight, climate's good, this and that. And a lot of Brits would come, but the first settlers here were Black Americans and Hawaiians. A lot of blacks and a lot of Hawaiians. The blacks came from the U.S., and the Hawaiians came from the Hawaiian Islands, of course. So those were the first settlers here, and then the Brits came, right? So a lot of history here on Salt Spring Island, and a good book to read about the Hawaiian history here, and I always tell people that, is Kanaka, the untold story of Hawaiian pioneers and in British Columbia and the Pacific Northwest. So the guy that wrote this book lives on Salt Spring Island, and we have a ton of Hawaiians here, and Kanaka means Hawaiian. And the skate park here on our island is called Kanaka Skate Park. We also have Kanaka Road. Kanaka Skate Park is on Kanaka Road. So very good, very interesting book to read about the local Hawaiians here on Salt Spring Island and coastal British Columbia. Okay, guys, I'm going to pack her in now because, you know, it's pretty quiet. We got James in there. We got Kat in there, but there's nobody else in there. It's pretty mellow out here tonight. Not a lot of people on the Gulf IslandRock stream. So I did one on a Banana JSSI last night. It was kind of busy, and it was a fun live stream. I was live streaming for a while, and we had a good time in there because you guys make it fun. So anyway, you guys take care. I will see you next time, and happy exotic gardening. And always a pleasure to have you in there and join in on the live streams. And I do enjoy when you do throw your 2 bits worth in. I know some people are shy, They kind of cruise past. They say, "What's this guy talking about?" You know, they don't want to join in. They're maybe afraid, or they don't know what this is all about, or they're just cruising YouTube, right? So anyway, YouTube is free entertainment, and this is free entertainment. All right, take care, guys. Cheers to you, and have a great night. We're going to enjoy the rain, listening to it on the roof, sitting by the fireplace right now, and drinking our tea. Cheers.